So we all know that Audi have joined up with Sauber for 2026 and will become their works team. But will it work? We've seen BMW coming in by Sauber that ran for 3 years. We've also seen the Honda and McLaren join up, and what a disaster that turned out to be. And the issues with Renault and Red Bull, with eventually Red Bull now going their own way. So what will be different with Audi and Sauber? Let's take a look. Audi have said Sauber will become their strategic partner. Audi will develop the engine, and Sauber effectively run the Formula 1 operations for them, developing the car, running the team, as they've done for a number of years now. Obviously Audi have said that they plan to buy a stake in the Sauber team, and it will be interesting to see how that pans out and what sort of stake they put into that, but there's big rumours ahead. Now, Audi have started development. They're going to develop their engines and remain in Nürburgring in Germany. They're building a F1 plant there, which they plan to have ready for 2023. They've also already recruited about 200 personnel for that move for next year. They plan to have their first Formula 1 engine running by 2025. It'll be interesting to see how that works out. Sauber will continue in Hilwin in Switzerland, where they have their, state-of-the-art facilities. As Bottas has said before, they've got fantastic facilities for a team, solo down the field, to be honest, and things that he's not really seen at Mercedes that Sauber have at their, on their hands, and really need to make the most of. Now, what do the drivers think? Bottas has said Audi need to invest early. They can't wait around, to roll their sleeves up and get their hands dirty if they want to hit the ground running. He's very excited naturally by the investment and the big move from Audi coming into Formula 1. They've done that in other Formula, and they've done really well and been massively successful. But as I said before, Formula 1 is a different ball game. We've seen the issues that we've had with Williams, BMW before, and also the issues with McLaren, Honda, Renault, Red Bull. So it'll be interesting to see how much they really do invest and how much they are looking into moving forward with Formula 1. Now they've got big backing with their big backers, really, VW, massive car manufacturers, so they've got big pockets, and let's see how deep they dig, and invest early. But they've sort of set their stall out, haven't they, with taking on Andrea Seidel from McLaren. It'll be interesting to see which drivers they wish to bring in, and will Bottas still be there? He's sort of indicated that he'd very much like to be a part of that team, and who will take up that second role. Could they lure Sebastian Vettel back, German, in a German factory, as we've seen with Michael Schumacher back in Mercedes many years ago? That would be fantastic for the Formula 1 fans. Or they could bring up Mick Schumacher, another German, who's now honing his skills as the Mercedes test driver next season. Will he be ready for the big challenge and the big move? So all exciting times ahead for Audi on that front. So why Sauber? Now, Sauber have been in Formula 1 since 1970, founded by Peter Sauber, and they've had a history of effectively being just a car manufacturer, the chassis and so forth. They've had a number of engine partners in the past, so really clued up on how to get things running. In '93 they had the Mercedes, following that they had Ford Cosworth, then they had the BMW for a number of years, and then Ferrari we've seen more recently, and that followed with the Alfa Romeo link up as well. They sold to BMW in 2005. They were named BMW Sauber for 2006. They won a race in 2008, to be honest, with Robert Kubica back in Canada. So they've got some race pedigree. They've been in Formula 1 for a number of years. They've tasted what it's like to be at the front, and hopefully they're probably hoping Audi that, with a strong engine from them, a team that's well versed and, massive history in Formula 1 from 1970, that, they can build the chassis and everything else and the aerodynamics. They've got fantastic facilities, as I said before, to build that car and effectively bring Audi and the funding that they will bring, and bring them up to the front. Audi set their stall out with sort of when they joined Formula 1, saying that, we are the star of Germany, and sort of taking a little bit of a shot at Mercedes on that one, and saying, we're not here just to make up the numbers. I think they are really looking to fight at the front, but it's easier said than done. I think the big difference here though is Audi are looking to take a stake in Sauber. and effectively run that as a works team. But they've got a lot of work to do. They're already sort of behind the line. We've been seeing with Red Bull and their manufacture of their own engines, you know, they're already started up and ran an engine already, ready for the 2026 engine rule changes. Now Audi, as a new manufacturer, will get some concessions or get additional dyno time so that they can bring their car up. They're not too far behind the other teams that have obviously got the experience in running Formula 1 up until that stage. But it's an exciting time for them to join in, and it's a sort of a level playing field from 2026, so they've got all the opportunities to sort of get in there and hit the front, to be honest with you, because it will be like we've seen when Mercedes got it right under the hybrid era of Formula 1 and ran away with numerous championships. So if they do get it right, there's massive reward there for them, but how big and how much will they risk in terms of investment to make that happen? It's all, you know, there for everyone to see. But Formula 1 is a very, very difficult ball game, you know, with all these teams, Mercedes, Red Bull, already having this experience that we've seen with these engines from now. They know how to adapt to rules. Mercedes, they're brilliant. Look at Red Bull for this season with the rule changes and what they've done, run away with this season's championship. So they already have that background, and hopefully they can get the right personnel in Sauber, and even within their own engine manufacturers, you know, get key personnel in, and that'll be key really for them to hit the ground running. But they've got a lot of work to do. I think they are sort of already behind the line to get to the front. As I say, Red Bull really kicked things off with that one, and it seems ahead of the curve from them already. But you know, there's quite a few years left to 2026, but that will come short and fast, so Audi really needs to get the ball moving, and a lot of it will depend on how much investment they bring. Exciting times ahead, and that's the update that we've seen from Audi and Sauber. Really looking forward to see how that pans out, but it'll be brilliant to see another big manufacturers in Audi with the big backing of VW, and be interesting to see how they got in Formula 1 with the big boys, Red Bull, Mercedes, Ferrari. You know, they're not going to be anyone to take lightly, and they've sort of set off firing shots, as I say, with their Twitter announcement, saying, you know, they're the stars of Germany. So let's see how that one pans out. Thanks very much for watching. Please like, subscribe and comment. I'll see you in the next video.